Acidonia 150, and this is going to be my first video of the year of the games I've beaten so far in 2017. Now, last year I did them all in one big thing, but I'm only going to do 3 months of video in this one because that one went over an hour. So, well, anyway, so the very first game I beat this year was Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse, and this is a 3DS RPG where it's set in like a post-apocalyptic Japan, which is where essentially a bunch of demons have taken over the world. I don't know if they actually took over the entire world or just Japan. Well, yeah, a bunch of like demons, like mythological creatures like Medusas and gargoyles and all that, like living with humans and having these big wars going on, and big war against, who is it? Big an angel and Lucifer, and yeah, it gets kind of crazy. Anyway, it's an RPG game, and you just wander around and play like a normal RPG. You actually, this game is very similar to Pokemon, though it actually predates Pokemon years, the original game in the series, where you have to talk to the demons to get them to join you with really weird conversations. Like sometimes you give them items and other stuff, and then they'll join you. And you have to keep fusing them together to make more powerful demon fusions and get better spells and stuff. It's also it's also a surprisingly dark and violent game, despite only a 12 rating in Europe. Probably the most violent 12 rating game ever, and you think some of the content in the game. Yeah, some of it's just shown in text, but some of it's clearly shown on screen, but still only gets a 12 rating. Not that works, but yeah, it's a really good game if you're into RPGs and you want to try something different. It's also very long. I beat the game once and got one of the better endings, and it took me, I think, like 67 hours to do. Now, it took a bit less time, but I did go grinding a bit to get certain demon fusions and stuff you don't need to do. Lots of optional stuff to do if you want to do that as well. One thing I will say there is, the final dungeon in the game, if you want the best ending, is kind of ridiculous in how long it takes to clear. I mean, it's literally took me about 4 hours to get through. Oh yeah, and there's multiple boss fights in it as well, but yeah, the last dungeon really does take the nick. I mean, literally had my DS on full charge when I went into the dungeon, and it needed charging before I finished it. That's how long it took me to actually get through the final dungeon to get to the final like teleport to actually go straight to the final boss. But yeah, it's a really good game if you can find it. Right, so next one is Cartoon Network Battle Crashers. This is a 3DS now. According to some people, this is the worst game released last year, and I disagree with that. It's a very flawed game. That's what I can say. I mean, yes, it's a side-scrolling beat-em-up game, but I don't think the developers of it fully understood how beat-em-ups work, because most beat-em-ups you have a combo bar, so like in Street Fighter you have a punch, and after another punch the animation will change and you can knock them down. This game doesn't have such a thing. It's like first punch, that's it, punch. There's no combos as such in the game whatsoever, which is really stupid mechanic for a beat 'em up game, because games like Double Dragon managed to do like years before when the genre was new. So yeah, it's a Cartoon Network game and there's not much of a plot to it. It's just basically just Uncle Grandpa does something random and a bunch of Cartoon Network characters run around and just. The 3DS version is single player only, although it's multiplayer, and it also offers local multiplayer and other systems. And the mechanics are a bit, well, strange in my opinion on it, because say if an enemy's got a shield, you just switch to a certain character to get rid of the shield, and it gets rid of the shields faster. Other characters can do it, other ones can't. But then you get near the end of the game, and it basically forces you to go through the levels multiple times with no real differences. It's like, oh look, you've been through this level, now you have to go through this level again to pick an item up, but the enemies never change or anything. So yeah, they're like padding the game out, and even with this padding, it's a very short, it's not a very long game. But then it gets kind of stupid near the end because oh, I have to go for this level in a nonsensical unlock mode the game has where you constantly gain health all the time. Of course, then what does it do? Right before the last boss, it forces you to do an early level in the game, which revolves around you going in the reverse mode of that, where your health is constantly draining. So you have to keep picking up health items to get your health up. It's a stupid mechanic, but the thing is though, that the items that pop up healing ones are completely random, so you can kind of get screwed over. And the real reason why you can get screwed over in that level so badly is your characters only have 1 life each. You have 6 characters by the end of the game, all from different shows. Every time a character dies, they cannot be revived. So if your health is constantly draining, if you swap to a different character, the health doesn't recover either on its own. So you could just instantly swap to character 1 hit point left and just instantly die. Yeah, the whole health drain idea was pretty idiotic, to be honest, in that game. Oh yeah, and what amazing reward you get for beating the game. Yeah, you get a mode where everyone dies in 1 hit. Not the enemies, but just the characters you play as, which makes the game borderline impossible. Hopefully you never have to do anything in these modes, and it's one of those stupid games where even that has a completion percentage bar, you basically get 100% of the game completed just by beating the story, not like doing any mode or collecting everything, and it's not what I call a very good game. Though, it's not what I call, as Metacritic calls it, the worst game on the 3DS. It's not. It's just a very flawed game, and I wouldn't pay much for it, but I didn't pay much for it either, so yeah, that's that game. Shame really, it could have been a good game, but yeah, again, Cartoon Network just released another game which just didn't have any thought put into it, and I don't know why Cartoon Network seems to be very good at doing that. It's a shame. Right, so the next one is, and this one's going to be a pretty quick review, and this is Wizorb. Wizorb was, I think, originally on the Xbox 360 indie games, and then he got moved over to PSP. But this is, I'll play the PC version. They're all identical, the same, and well, to put it simply, it's a game with pixel art version of Breakout. Not much else you can really say. It plays like Breakout. Well, I'm really stuck at Breakout games. This one I actually managed to complete because this one isn't insanely difficult, in my opinion. Yes, you get lives in it, and you run out of lives, you just start a level from the beginning again. But here's the thing: once you get continuous for each stage you clear, but if you run out of them, eventually it starts taking actual in-game cash off you. You collect them, you can buy upgrades with like extra lives outside in the in-game shops you can find in the stages. I only need to even go into this castle until the final boss of the game, and not only just to learn how to fight it. If you're in a Breakout game, it's a very simple one, and it's not a very difficult one to play. It never gets mega frustrating like some of these. Well, I enjoyed it. I think I got the regular ending. I think there's another ending, some other endings, but oh well. Right, so the first Vita game of this year, and that's Fate Extella, the Umbral Star. Yeah, what a mouthful. I mean, the name of the game makes it sound like some kind of peanut butter spread. Who wants some Fate Extella? But what is the game? It's a Dynasty Warriors clone. It's Dynasty Warriors. There's something called Fate. I don't know much about the Fate story as much. This is the only thing I think I played a PSP game, but it was just a fighting game. But really no plot in that. It was just a fighting game. But I was told this was a sequel to another game in the series, which I've never played. But yeah, this is also on PS4. And it's just basically it's just Dynasty Warriors. You just run round and you just run round that. And there's a lot of dialogue in this game. I mean, it wants to be one of these like visual novel games, a lot of talking. Because it's bad to most of my playthroughs just reading all this, some of this frankly weird dialogue it has. And like, I don't know, a lot of its vein is like all the characters all talk to you like they're married to you and all. Like it's it's weird. The thing is, the plot's plot seems to be overly complicated, but essentially it just goes down to, you know, just some dude who just gets turned into 3 people, and everyone and all 3 versions of you are just having a big fight over something, and you've all got some random woman hanging around you, and one who repeatedly calls you your husband. Yeah. Yeah, there's some pretty bizarre stuff going on in the game, the cutscenes and all that. Yeah, it's one of those kind of games. Alright, so the next one is 8 Man. Now, I played this years ago for the Tube of Ice Got Challenge, but I was just messing around on the Android tablet and just had the ROM on it and decided to play through it. Oh. Not much else I can really say. I mean, I did a high score challenge on it before, and, well, I think it got quite far then. I got like nearly halfway through the game, but it wasn't probably a game designed to be played in one credit because the game has such strict time limits. I noticed when we're doing that. The one thing that does confuse me about it is the title screen. The character on the title screen doesn't look anything like the character playing the game, and I realise why this is the case now, because 8 Man is a very old anime series. Though for some reason the actual video game is based off the remade version in the 90s. Though they use the original character mod, character portrait in the credit scene and title screen. This would be like making like the new Batman game coming out, but you have the new Batman on the cover, but you play the entire game as the 1960s Batman. It just really makes no sense, does it? Yeah, it's a fairly fun game anyway. So, right. So next is 4D Warriors, and this was the game I picked for the Tubers High Score Challenge for everyone to play. And some people seem to enjoy it. Some people seem to not really understand how to play it. The game kind of confused some people how the mechanics work on it. Technically, if you don't play the game how it's meant to play, you can easily abuse the game to get stupid amounts of points. I didn't do that, I did it properly. And yeah, this is because it's a complete game, even though technically this game never has a proper ending. I mean, you just essentially it's 3 levels and it just loops forever and ever. And I got to the 2nd loop, so this is classed as a completion. And that last boss, though, that 3rd boss, I was a right pain killing that. But yeah, I beat it, and I became first in that. And everyone who played the high score challenge by a mere 1,000 points. Yeah, the person below me got under 1,000 less than me. I mean, that's kind of insane how little difference is there, but that's what happened. Right, so that's more for that one. So next is Void Invaders. This is just another Space Invaders like form for the PC, which has lots of power-ups and bullet hell, and there's lots of crazy stuff going on and explosions. I wouldn't recommend playing this game if you're like force sensitive or anything, because the screen flashes like crazy at times. It's completely demented when it comes to that kind of stuff. Anyway, I complete this regular story mode, which is unlocked some extra hard modes, but I didn't play for them yet, so fun game. It's probably really cheap as well. I actually have the ending of that on one of my live stream videos. Can't remember which one. Right, so the next one is the Hurricane of Vast Stray Collateral Hazard. Yeah, this was a PC bullet hell shoot, but with an incredibly, which I just basically beat when I was on a live stream, which is complete. The plot of the game is, I don't know what's going on. There was lots of girls shouting, pulling slightly weird looking faces, and constantly going on about panties for some reason. I have no clue what the plot was. But yeah, the game sort of reminded me a bit of Star Soldier. I mean, lots of stuff on the ground to blow up. You never played that game, so it like somewhere Star Soldier or Star Force with lots of stuff. Most of the time I had no clue what I was doing though, because the screen is one as well, you know, there's so much crap on the screen, I could not tell what I was doing. Somehow I nearly got to the end of the game without continuing though. I don't know how I managed it. I mean, there's so many bullets on the screen, you must have like some invincibility thing going on all the time, because lots of the times it looks like bullets are going to strike through you, but they're not. I'm not sure how the mechanics work in the game fully, is what I'm getting at. Yeah, I know what the plot were about. I think there's multiple characters. I did it as one. It was fun. I'm definitely going to play it again. Right, so the next one is Dino Run DX. Now, this is... Well, this one's not what it... This one's a very simple game, in theory. I mean, you just play as a dinosaur, and it's just randomised. I think the levels are randomised. Pixel art dinosaur, and you just have to run from some barb chasing you. Well, jumping over loads of the dinosaurs and anything else that gets in the way. Very simple game, to be honest. It's also a pretty goofy and silly game, but I'm pretty sure that's intentional. It's quite fun though, so yeah, that's that. Next one now. This one I actually did live streaming, but unfortunately, the game doesn't like my recording software. Because you literally watch it and it's like 1 minute of gameplay footage and the screen will freeze and it took like another minute for the screen. And this is a game I also completed in credit as well. This is a space shooter called Breed. It's Asti, I don't know. Anyway, this one has tons of like insane stuff going on, and it's like the visuals change all the time. It's like there's tons of camera angles. It like goes from like space. I like camera angles like Panzer Dragoon or lock-ons and all that, and then it turns like side scroll and then vertical. And basically, this one switches camera angles a lot. It's awesome story, which I have no clue what it's actually really about. I suppose it made more sense, but it was, yeah, typical a Japanese story. It's a fun game. I think you can get this on PS4 as well and Vita. But yeah, again, I said when I was streaming it, it didn't record properly, and I tried recording it later on. And the game just doesn't allow recording software, so I can't show you the title for that one because it just didn't work. Oh well. Alright, next one, and this is a pretty strange one. This, I mean, it's Turn It Around on the DS. Now, I've probably beaten this before because I've had it years, but this is a DS game, which is at least like WarioWare. Except it's based off an arcade game that was made in 2000, so it actually predates WarioWare. In the arcade one, you had like a weird, like spinny, like wheelie spun to control a game. Of course, the DS one doesn't use that. I mean, you use a D-pad to spin it, to emulate spinning it, or just use a touchscreen. Yeah, but this is a direct port of a 2000 arcade game. It essentially was Taito's WarioWare, and lots of references to Taito games like Arkham, like Level Based Arkanoid, Bull Bobble, Camel Try, Space Raid, you know, that kind of thing. Obviously enough, it has a sequel. Well, it's not really a sequel, it has a Wii version called Furu Park. Now, this essentially is a remake. Some of the levels have been altered. So one of the levels in the original was in a temple avoiding a rock monster. In a sequel, we designed levels not even a submarine underwater. But it plays the exact same. The remake gets a lot of hate, I don't know why. The remade Wii version of it though is kind of odd though, because one of the levels was censored. Here's the thing when it gets completely stupid. Outside Japan, it was censored. It's not censored in the DS version. Which is literally the same game. What's that about? Weird, but oh well. Right, so next one is Callie's Caves 3, and this is a platform game. A straightforward platform game, to be honest. It kind of reminds me a bit like the sort of thing to get on an Amiga, a bit, in my opinion. You can get this on Android as well. I haven't played it on PC, but you just jump up and it's just a simple platform game. You just jump up and down, and you have there's a stupid amount of weapons in this game. It's like all weapons have like an RPG level up system. I just basically stuck with shotgun from the old game because I thought it was the most best weapon. But yeah, there's lots of collectibles. The game's not stupidly difficult. It never gets impossibly difficult or hard. I mean, it's probably a balanced game. I mean, there's a lot of levels in it. I mean, a lot. There's well over 200 levels. I mean, it's like 500 levels. There's at least 200 levels in this game. It's like you get a level and like you go for one area and you'd be like you have to go for like 5 screens to get to a checkpoint, and then you die. You start from there again. You lose some money if you die, but once you get so far into the game, money doesn't mean anything. And I mean, it literally means nothing. because you can just get money back so fast if you constantly buy the money multipliers. But yeah, the game has a lot of modes. I mean, surprisingly, the actual regular mode is long, but after you beat the regular mode, all your progress carries over to the other mode, your levels and all that. So yeah, there's another mode where you play as a short mode where you play as a bear. And there's a mode, and technically it's like a mode which is kind of a sequel to the game. These are a lot shorter, but they have new enemies in these modes, or in a survival mode. So there's like 3 extra modes in this game, and while these ones are considerably shorter, it's kind of impressive how much is in the game, to be honest. It's also an incredibly cheap game. But yeah, Kelly's Case 3, that one's a really good one. Right, and this is one which technically is a DS game, but I actually played. I was testing a DS emulator out on the Android tablet, and the game I played was Point Blank DS. I bet most people didn't know that. Yeah, that light gun game, Point Blank, had a DS version. And the DS version was essentially just a bunch of levels from Point Blank 1, some levels from Point Blank 1, 2 and 3 on the PS1, just all thrown into one game. Not Envy level from all of them, unfortunately, but yeah, Point Blank. Plays the same on the DS as it does on the actual regular light gun version. You just tap the screen instead of having a gun, obviously. They did throw in some silly brain training thing in it, just because that was the thing people was doing at the time. Brain training was a big game, or brain age, where you come from. So I was just kind of just thrown in there. It doesn't really make much sense being there. well, anyway. Alright, so the next one, and this was the last game I beat. I beat it actually a few days ago, and that was Tokiden 2. Now, the previous Tokiden game, Tokiden Kiwami, that's how you pronounce it, I literally spent over 100 hours and something like 60 hours to complete at least. This one, according to the thing, I think it don't calculate deaths and all that, so you can probably take a few hours off. According to this, it only took me 25 hours to beat the sequel. So what is this game? It's technically a Monster Hunter clone, but by the people who make the by the developers who make the original Dynasty Warriors game. So this is more action based. It's a lot more simplified, this one, and easy to play than some other games like it. There's not like, oh, you need to fish and any of that nonsense in this game. It's like you've got a bunch of a wheel, and you've got all these stat boosters, and you got this thing you can recover them, and health pickups and all that for when you're in a stage. And the big difference between this and the previous game is the single player. The game is an open world game now, so you have to walk to the levels, and on the way there, a bunch of giant big boss monsters, which is the main focus of the game, fighting giant monsters will appear, and you just have to basically kill them all. You can avoid some of them if they're not needed, but when you go into these fights, you get basically stuck in a giant dome, so you can't leave until you can kill them. But yeah, it's a big open world, and one part of the game which is slightly a bit confusing, but the game doesn't actually explain very well, is essentially there's poison in the world map. If you go too far, your stamina bar drops to 0, and you keep moving, you'll just instantly die. So it's like a few minute walking. The way you get around this is you have to run. You have to find these stones in the ground, interact with them, and that will spawn a mini boss, and then that basically fixes the area. I guess it's so you don't go everywhere in the map. Of course, being one of these Monster Hunter games, there's also lots of multiplayer modes. Well, not many. It's one you just fight monsters, but that's not what I mean. So multiplayer mode. Yeah, there's multiplayer mode. The thing that makes this game a bit silly designed is how the multiplayer mode kind of works. Essentially, you want to beat the single player story mode before you go into the multiplayer. And there's a reason why this is the case, because if you don't, you can only use up to level 3 equipment, and so you can never get some of the stronger equipment in the game, and the game will be considerably harder for you if you're not using that equipment, because it's obviously stronger and better. I don't know why they designed it like that, but when it comes to the multiplayer mode, you just yeah, I think multiplayer mode. It's just like the previous game. It's like you just teleport into a room and you just fight the boss and then end boss or bosses and end the stage. There's no you don't wander around the map like you do in single player. But if you really want to actually try the game, if you really want to have a try the game, it has a PlayStation, it has a Vita, and it works from the Vita and PlayStation 4 like the previous one. All both versions connected to each other, so you can play a person who has either version online. And the game has a demo, and the demo basically gives you the first chapter of the game. It's actually 6 chapters or 7 chapters, basically just extra content after it, no story. Yeah, so there's 7 chapters. Only 6 have a story in a single player. And you can play till the end of chapter 1 from the demo and your program carry over. So if you want to have a go at the game, well, there's a demo of it. So yeah, I'd really fun the game. I actually died a lot more than the previous game though, because when you're playing single player, and this is kind of odd, and I don't know why the designer is, if you yourself die, there's no die. You instantly just lose the fight and have to start from the last checkpoint you did. But if you're playing in multiplayer, you get 3 lives. This is shared between all characters, so essentially 2 other people die, you only have 1, but for the single player you only get 1 life. Unfortunately with this game, and just like the previous one, the AI in this game most of the time is very good, so if you can't find anyone to play online with in this game, the AI is perfectly fine, perfectly good to actually get you through the game. Actually sometimes it's too good. Well anyway, yeah, that was my games beaten for January, February and March of 2017, so thank you for listening and watching.